Joanna Duggar and Austin Forsyth admit they broke Jim Bob's courtship rules. Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. For Duggar family latest news update, please subscribe the channel and press the bell icon. When it comes to dating one of Jim Bob Duggar's daughters, we've heard plenty about just how strict his courtship rules can be. Because the children of the family date with the intent to marry the person they're courting, Jim Bob thoroughly vets any man who has been interested in one of his girls, and even once they get his seal of approval, they have to follow his guidelines. But now, Austin Forsyth is coming clean. He enjoyed and followed those rules quite as closely as her dad would have liked. While talking with his sister and brother-in-law, Austin opened up about courting Joanna in the early days of their relationship, something he wasn't too familiar with because it wasn't the way his family did things, despite the fact that they were also pretty conservative. But because his family had been close with the Duggars for years, he did know that this was the way they did things, and he was willing to give it a shot. That meant that all of his dates with Joy were chaperoned, though, and that's when they ended up bending the rules. They still found a way to get one-on-one time together if they wanted to have a private conversation. However, even though that was technically against the rules, we'd tell Justin to go sit in the truck, he said, later adding I'd be like, hey, we're going to talk. You go over there, Justin. You go in the next room or whatever. Fortunately, because Justin already knew Austin from their families interacting and had a level of trust and respect, he'd go along with it. Fans have a lot of thoughts about Austin's confession. Fans on a popular Duggar-related subreddit have been discussing this part of the podcast, and they seem to appreciate the confirmation about the broken rules. I am not saying they broke all the rules, but this seems to confirm what some of us believe, that they did more than hold hands prior to marriage. The Opie wrote, one commenter wrote, glad Austin didn't mention this until after Justin got out of the house. Justin's probably getting an angry phone call from JB right about now. Joanna Duggar's dance video showing the different outfits of motherhood has people giggling. Anyone who's caught a few episodes of 19 Kids and Counting already knows that the Duggar kids have had very different childhoods from what many of us experienced growing up. Being under the umbrella of Bill Gothard and the Institute in Basic Life Principles meant that they weren't able to enjoy mainstream movies or music and had to follow a restrictive dress code. Of course, dancing was totally off the table because it is considered too sinful. And now that Joanna Duggar is making the choice to break another one of the rules she used to live by, fans are cheering. Joanna Duggar showed off her moves in a new video. In the video, Joy is dancing to Justin Timberlake's Can't Stop the Feeling as she changes into different outfits to show what a wide variety of clothing she has in her closet. One day, I'm Pinterest mom. Next day, I'm just happy I'm dressed, she wrote in her caption, adding, can you tell I didn't dance as a kid? Fans are cheering her on in the comments. In the comments, so many of Joy's followers applauded her dancing. She might not have the same moves as a professional would, but plenty of people were proud of her for doing something that was forbidden while she was growing up. I've been following your family since before some of your siblings were even born, and I gotta say, I love this content, one comment said. You harmlessly dancing around, full of literal joy singing and rocking these outfits. You seem so happy, and watching this made me happy. Another person added, oh my gosh. I could cry watching how happy you are dancing. Not to mention to a great song. I'm so happy for you. Her critics have a lot of thoughts. On a popular Duggar-related subreddit, Joy's critics aren't all that happy for her for breaking the rules and dancing instead. Some took this opportunity to point out that this is just one of the ways the Duggars are making their religious beliefs more relatable. It's all part of the overall rebranding of fundamentalism into something more palatable to the general public, so I'm not sure Jim Bob Duggar cares as much as we think, one person wrote. It's all a rebranding strategy, and it's working. Do they even know what real dancing is, said another comment. They all give the idea that their lifestyle is amazing. Some members of the family only started dancing very recently. Jill Duggar pays tribute to late daughter Isla on what would have been her first birthday. In 2024, Jill Duggar shared the heartbreaking news that she'd lost her baby when she was 4 months pregnant, and now, a year after what would have been her due date, she's paying tribute to her daughter. While marking the month that should have been a time when she and husband Derek Dillard should have been celebrating their little girl's first birthday, Jill shared an update on how she's doing now, more than a year after the loss. Jill posted a video from Isla's grave. In the video that Jill shared on Instagram on Monday, Jill, Derek, and their 3 sons can be seen visiting the spot where Isla is buried. "This August marks what should have been a time of celebration," she wrote in the video. "We should have been celebrating her first birthday in style with a smash cake and all things pink. But instead, we changed out her pink grave flowers and took a walk around the cemetery for the boys and thought about how she would be toddling around with the big bros and be so loved and picked on too." Of course, she still doesn't know exactly what led to Isla's death. However, as she explained in the caption of her post, she does have an idea of what may have caused the stillbirth. "We don't know exactly what caused the loss, but after lots of testing, they concluded that the most likely cause was a fluke subchorionic hematoma/hemorrhage that wasn't detected until later, so nothing likely would have changed things," she wrote. Jill and Derek shared the news that Isla was stillborn in April 2024. Jill and Derek didn't have the opportunity to officially announce their pregnancy with Isla until after her stillbirth, which they shared in an Instagram post that included a photo of the couple cradling their baby girl. "From the moment we found out we were pregnant, we couldn't wait to meet our baby," Jill wrote at the time. Isla was much loved from the start, and her 3 big brothers were so excited to introduce her to their world. "We appreciate your prayers as we continue to grieve and heal from the loss of our little Isla Marie." She has continued to speak about baby Isla openly since her loss. Along with sharing photos from Isla's funeral on Instagram, around this time last year, Jill posted another tribute to Isla on what was her due date. "We would have brought you home from the hospital this month, but instead we brought you homegrown, hand-picked flowers as we wish you'd never left our arms," Jill wrote at the time. "You are so loved, baby girl. Can't wait to see you in heaven, Isla Marie." Pregnant Jessa Duggar reveals gender of baby number 6 on Sister Jinger's podcast. Jessa Duggar and Ben Seawald are expecting their 6th baby, and the former Counting On couple recently shared some updates about the pregnancy on Jinger Duggar and Jeremy Voilo's podcast. Ben and Jessa covered a wide variety of topics, like how their relationship began, the pressure of having a public romance, and the sex of their 6th baby. Ben also shared Jessa's due date, July 21st. That means the Seawalds are less than 2 months away from welcoming their little one. Ben and Jessa, who are parents to Spurgeon, Henry, Ivy, Fern, and George, announced they were expecting their 6th baby on March 7th, with an Instagram post of a sonogram. Since announcing she was expecting, Jessa hasn't shared a ton about her pregnancy. During a recent trip to California to visit Sister Jinger, though, Jessa opened up about baby number 6. A 6th baby wasn't always in the plan. Having a huge family might seem like no big deal for someone who is on a show called 19 Kids and Counting, but Jessa admitted that she and Ben weren't initially planning to have a 6th baby. After having their 3rd child, Ben and Jessa started saying, "This is the last one." But then a year and a half or 2 years later, they would start getting baby fever again. So, while Jessa and Ben think that their 6th baby is their last one, they're not making any promises. Boy or girl at the end of the podcast, Jinger and Jeremy asked the question everyone's been wondering, is baby number 6 a boy or girl? Before answering, Jessa explained that historically, she and Ben don't share the gender of their baby before birth, even though the 2 of them find out. That said, they usually let Jinger and Jeremy in on the news since they live so far away. Should we tell them right here live on the podcast? Ben wondered. Jessa agreed to tell Jinger and Jeremy in that moment, but told them they'd have to bleep it out in the video. Here's what went down. Although you can't hear what Jessa says or see her mouth, fans are convinced that Jessa said they're having a boy. "It's a boy. You could totally tell that's what she said," one person commented. "I'd say her mouth looked like it said boy," said another commenter. "And no matter what, we'll know for sure about the gender of the baby in just about 7 weeks."